And then this was the win on Dust 2 was them breaking the loss streak. So out of the last 10 maps they've played, they finally won their very first. But here we go. Entropiq winning the knife and opting to start on the CT side. No surprises there. And it's going to be 5 sets of USPs and armor. They're not going for any retake shenanigans here, are the CTs. They're just going to be going for the duels and a bit of a stack towards the mid B position. You can see 2 players inside on the B bomb side, and you can see them poking and prodding towards the top of mid early on. But hits coming in towards A, and Kratz looking to crack some skulls.
Oh, but instead he's actually received a headshot, and he's been finished off by the HE of Crimbo. Dunks down on Crad. And as he mentioned, they don't have any kits. They don't really have any grenades either to play with. So conceding the bomb plant that early on and a play is huge. But Mia pivots round and punishes Tabson, removes his head. 4-play-4 in this potential retake. And very important moment from Forrester, but he will fail. He will stumble. He will fall and trip in the CT spawn. But with Nickelback making moves and inroads through on the Palace, maybe there's a way forward. Tizian swipes away the remaining players with Faven, and that will be big, claiming another pistol.
I love it. I love the double nades onto Krad. There was nothing he could do. He even went for the smart play, right? He gets gushed down. He drops behind Ticket. And then you can't hide from the nades, though. Gets absolutely dumpstered. And sure, Mir able to get a couple of kills there, but big. They had the game plan in mind, and they went for a quick execute as well. So, Entropiq, they were looking for the information towards top of mid, but hit came in so quickly that they were caught out of position. And when you don't have the kits or the utility to work with to go for this retake, you're going to be going for a fast play. You're going to be looking to take those deals. And Big were in such good post-plant positions. That was such a cool, clean round from Big. I'm going to go back and watch this demo, just for the pistol round. It was done so clinically. But we have the force spy coming out here from Entropiq, and Alien's going to open things up by taking down Crimbo and gets another kill. And a Max 7 now towards the ramp position. And Entropiq a 2v5 in a blink of an eye.
Sorry, Big, what's going on here? A complete dumpster fire for round, and Faven is the only player that struck anything. But Entropiq with a force spy not only win the round, they pick up 4 players going through into the next one and upgrade to multiple Galils. What the hell just happened?
Alien just happened. The Max 7 didn't even have to do anything. Wow. Okay. I thought they could maybe deal a bit of damage, but Entropiq, they lose the pistol round, but then they absolutely dismantle that A hit from Big. And Big are going to go for their force spy of their own. Vince, we're ready for the force spy wars because it is definitely on.
Oh yeah, who blinks first in this game of economic chicken? I have to say that Entropiq have the larger car cruising into that head-to-head collision. Big may not survive this. Nickelback, Molotov down, that will extend to Tizian. Fire or bullets. I think he made the correct decision. I'd definitely rather get shot there in that situation. Faven comes back with a 1D, so maybe they are going to return the favor yet. And Crimbo's making moves. We know his aim is pristine, but Mia will make sure that Deagle cannot sing. And he doubles up with a duet kill onto Searson, and it's gone from bad to worse. It looks like Entropiq are going to put an end to these force spy wars, for the time being at least, because the bomb has been planted down, and Faven with the Deagle can maybe just twist the knife. If he can get another kill or 2, that would put the CTs into an awkward position financially, and he had chances that can't quite connect the dots. However, Entropiq will be picking up their second round as a comfortable defuse comes in.
Yeah, if you got one more kill there, I wouldn't be too surprised if Big went for yet another force spy, right? They could have just broken the economy, but 3 kills of which, yeah, one of them was an MP9, I believe, so Big should be a little bit more tempered with their buy here. Should be seeing a few pistols coming out, maybe a couple of flashes, maybe a smoke, fast B play, attempt to get the bomb down so they have, you know, a little bit more extra cash. Although even if they get nothing done this round, Searson will still have money to go for his cherished AWP come round number 5. Right now, though, this is a great start for Entropiq, despite losing the pistol in such a convincing fashion. And speaking of convincing, what a convincing shot from Tizian. He's looking for more. It's a belabored spray from Mir, but the Molotov, that's going to save his life. And a follow-up nade, a little too deep to deal too much damage, but he's looking for more. Running out of bullets. That's a new update coming into play here, Vince, and he will eventually fall in a 3v3 now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Those extra 5 bullets could have carved a path through at least one other player, which could have alleviated the pressure that was mounting. So a 3-on-3. Entropiq, though, have got up close pretty fast through on Catwalk side. Spray's not quite on point, but it is keeping Big in awkward positions and allows the pincer maneuver to come in through on the app side. So Elian, still healthy, still in the fight, should be tag teaming together in tandem for this potential retake, but Faven has put a wrench in the works. Elian will remove it as Nickelback removes heads left and right. Crimbo falls down to his wake, leaving Tabson one-on-one with the Deagle, tickling the bomb. They have to go for this defusal. Tabson with one, switches his attention elsewhere. There's no time. Tabson's going to clutch this one out, and Big pick up their second round.
What a huge round to clutch for Tabson there. So very patient, finding the second player instead of just spamming away in the smoke. But this is all just... It should have been around for Entropiq 9 times out of 10, but then Tizian with the opening 1 Deeg, and I don't want to harp on it, Vince, but like Mirror, right? Like, his repositioning there, he could have fallen to a more safer position, but he didn't go for the reload. He was trying to just whittle away at the T's, and he's able to find one, but gets traded, and then the game is on. It's a 3v3, bomb gets planted, and Entropiq taking a little too long there. Great round from Big, as Elian finds one, but the repeat will be punished as Sursen finds the double. It's a 3v3 very early in the round.
Damage inflicted and finished off, finalized the kill from Nickelback. Searson falls on Catwalk. There was a chance, but Forrester wasn't required in the end. Nickelback doubles up, and Tizian's now given his position away. Nice kill to Nickelback mid-air. Plenty of time left, but no control over the bomb on Tizian. Does have a molly and a flash by his side. They're starting to gradually sneak his way into the market. Big headshot splatters Forrester, and suddenly it's down to Crad. Now the bomb is over on Catwalk. It's now been smoked off, but they both have the same idea. They're about to collide head to head, but Tizian, perfect angle, misses the spray. Doesn't get punished, but allows Crad to live to fight another day. And now Crad is watching the angle. Tables turn, but Tizian's crosshair could not have been better placed, and he makes amends.
That was so well done by Tizian. The first kill he finds on a player crossing on over, fair enough, but the way he was able to isolate the kills, and he makes up for it, but it would have been perfectly played there. He knew exactly where the peak was going to be coming in from the final CT. And for Big, despite the initial heroics of Elian and the fact that they seemingly had turned it around, just catching them. I'm not too sure why Forrester went for the duel, Vince. Like, it was a... They knew he didn't have the C4. He could have grouped up with his teammate, instead giving the 1v1 for Tizian, because he knew he hadn't crossed on back to it short. So, a mistake being made there by Entropiq, and Tizian, he will collect.
Tabson, big headshot. Stacks the playing field further in Big's favor, and the plant will be going down. Mir in the meanwhile making moves on the P250, making inroads through on jungle. Should get the shutdown onto Faven. Nope, Faven heard him running from a mile off. It doesn't look like there's any weapons that can be retrieved and saved on the side of Entropiq for the time being here, Blair. This is Big maybe shifting through the gears again. And we're seeing Faven really pop off this time. 9-4 already to his name. Crimbo's had a bit of a slow start. That is going to be such good news if you are Big. It's no longer a solo act. Now everyone else is starting to pull their weight, starting to have impact of their own.
Yeah, everyone, just Faven especially going, all right, son, you've done enough. It's my turn. And Faven's been the quietest player for Big in the series thus far. So him stepping up is a great sign. Again, it's still very early days, mind you, in this game, and 4-2 T side after losing a knife round. Big are going to be feeling like they're pretty comfortable, but they need to be wary. We've seen them getting punished a couple of times by Entropiq in some of their half buys, some of the pistols really making their economy bleed out. So that's something they will be very aware of. Right now, though, they have a pretty solid foundation to work with, thanks to some clean anti-eco and some of the heroics coming out from the likes of the captain, the heroics from the likes of Tizian. The buy round now for Entropiq, though.
Smokes down on middle, does afford Mia to thread the eye of the needle, put a bullet in the head of Searson, but the trades back and forth, and Tabson and Tizian going above and beyond, shutting down mid. It was looking good for Entropiq at one point, but it's come collapsing down around them. Spray does afford Elian to at least try and bring this round back under some semblance of control, but he runs head first into Crimbo, and that is a wall that will not come down. Big 5-2 in the lead.
They are just cleaving through this defense from Entropiq. And are very... Mirror's again been pretty impactful overall, but everyone else on his team very quiet indeed. Oh, great work there from Taps, and able to find the double. Yeah, not expecting Crimbo to be just right behind him as Tizian clotheslines the final player. And again, back to pistols we go for the side of Entropiq. And as for Big, despite losing a couple of players, they're feeling mighty comfortable. No SMGs though. They're gonna stick with the rifles. They're gonna be resting mid-control pretty convincingly from the CTs. No utility whatsoever for Entropiq to work with. So just gonna be hoping that Big deliver a couple of frags their way. For Big, they're just slowly gonna be making their way towards B. A slow pincer play. 2 CTs lying in wait. Mir, he's been a hero. Can he do more?
Deagle by his side should have a drop on Searson. Hitboxes behind, always a little bit of a nuisance, and now Crimbo is darting between the bullets. Faven elsewhere on the map will alleviate some of the pressure, but Big still find themselves a player behind. Mia's caught between 2 positions, 2 angles, has to try and thread some more headshots, and he'll oblige. Passes with flying colors. Huge Deeg headshot going in for more, but Crimbo stands his ground and pivots in for 3 of his own. And that could be the end of this round. Crimbo once again having so much impact.
Yeah, that came down to Mir. Great shots from him. And he didn't even have to worry about Crimbo, because Crimbo was pinned down inside a ladder room from the 2 CTs inside a connector. But still Crimbo, I don't even know how he was able to extricate himself from that position. That looked like he was trapped in. Great target selection as well. And just a great read. He knew the peak was coming in from Mir. Mir maybe a little too late on that. But considering he was surrounded, getting hounded in all directions by the Deagles from Entropiq. Great work from Crimbo. Eventually able to ensure Entropiq won't be able to steal the round away from them. Faven gets taken down. The trades will be there. And Searson, is he aware? Flash is good, but Krat not able to take advantage of it.
Does afford him safe passage to smoke. I say that though, but Tizian's now sprung out of Palace. All 3 casualties have been felt on the A side of the map, but it is stacked in favor of the T's. Krad missing out on his chance. And yeah, they were spraying through the smoke. They knew he had to be up close because Tizian had already made inroads outside of the Palace. Forrester will punish Tizian for the time being. Here comes the opportunistic play. Mia threads in for 1, but traded out is Forrester, and that leaves Mia all alone. He's on 12 kills, however. He's top fragging on the server, even with his team at a 2-6 deficit. Now perched up on the staircase. Spots 1 player, and Searson from the boxes will strike down with authority. Big 7-2 lead. And the CT money right now, Blair, it's in pretty rough shape.
Oh yeah, they have to go. It's max loss bonus, but they can't go for the full commit buy. Once more, it's going to be a light buy here. Maybe they can replicate the magic from round number 2, Vince, where they just destroyed Big on their force buy with a scout in the hands of Elian and a Mag 7 even coming into play. But in all honesty, it's just Big. They're seemingly just running away with this. They're looking really good, and can see how Entropiq a little perturbed here, Vince. That victory they had on Overpass, it seems like a very distant, fading memory at this point.
Oh yeah. That's in the rearview mirror. Bigger forgot that's even happened at this stage. Entropiq have to get their eyes on the prize. Of course, this is still early days. It's the very first game of the tournament here in Group A, so even if Entropiq were to slip out and end up losing this, they're not done. Eagle shot does connect, but Elian coming out worse in that trade, dropped down to 20, and only dished out 29 in return. Some aggressive movements up on ramp, but hasn't really yielded too much for Entropiq thus far in this game. And Big, just chilling. They've had so much control. They've had so many different looks. They've had aggression. They've had slow rounds. They're going to just slow down the pace and let Entropiq sweat this one out a little bit longer.
Only mid-control here for Big. Pretty much unchallenged due to the lack of weaponry, but that being said, it's a nice flashbang, and that's going to allow Mir to at least find one. That's assault rifle though, Vince, and him getting taken down, not much they can do. Flashbang, Krad's being spotted. His days should be numbered unless Faven somehow Krad pulling off the great escape, but Tizian will catch him. Tizian is being very, very clinical indeed, and for Big, being slow and methodical. The Nickelback flashes as well. Okay, Nickel playing the anti-flash, able to find one, but then that should be it. Elian, the last man standing. Bomb will be planted. It's going to be yet another round for Big.
Elian, the first player tagged in the round, is the last player to fall on Entropiq. 8-2 is dialed in, and this has been incredibly comfortable. This is the other side of that coin that we saw on Dust 2, when one player is going above and beyond and they don't have anyone to help them out. We saw Searson come up huge for Crimbo. But right now, Mia is on an island all by himself. He's on 13 kills. Nearest player on his team is 6, which is Elian and Nickelback. He desperately needs somebody to help him out here, Blair. Like, someone has got to step up alongside me, or this one is done.
Yeah, 8-2, T-side, Mirage. If you're any team, you're feeling super happy. As I said, they need help. The A play comes out again. Again, it has to be retake C. The player's going to come charging on in. It's going to be Nickelback, but the player's cross on over. Trades are taking place, though. And Nickelback somehow able to get away with murder. 2 plays for him, but Crimbo snuck in. There's no way they're expecting this. And Crimbo, despite the fact that he wasn't able to trade for his teammates, the fact it pushed him so deep into CT might seal the deal here for Entropiq. But there is a massive flank taking place.
Yeah, this is certainly a potential round-winning moment. Maybe on the comeback trail. Krad making moves through on jungle is joined by Connector, but there's the wide swing from Tabs and removes the head instantly. And now Elian may have the benefit of being able to drop some damage with the element of surprise, but he's now been compromised. HE finishes off Tabson, but it's at the cost of more lives. Tell me that wasn't a headshot in midair. No, it wasn't. Crimbo was triple box. I was about to say, Christ, that would have been disgusting, but all right, fair enough.
For a moment, I was with you there. I'm like, there's no way Faven just pulled that off. But it was just a bait, Vince. And Big, despite the heroics of Nickelback, he gets a 2K. But just the fact that Crimbo doesn't go for the trade, right? He just walks in towards CT spawn, cuts off the rotation. And when you have CT spawn control, even in a 3v3, it's going to be advantage for the T's any given day. 9-2 for Big. But in Entropiq, there is absolutely nothing going their way.
Yeah, across the board, they've been second best. The only accolade they have is they've got the top fragger, but that just doesn't mean anything when you're 9-2 behind. Even in this round, they're a distinct lack of utility. They've gone for firepower. And you know what? They've lost the first player again. Elian, down. Just 6 kills to his name. A player that was a bastion of hope in the previous 2 maps has been eerily quiet as Big continue to dumpster their opposition.
A lull in the action here. And for Big, like, they're not doing anything crazy, right? Like, the defaults are pretty solid. They have a player towards, I do believe it's Faven towards A ramps, and Nickelback on his own, again, he's alone. Oh, Flash is good, though. Flash is good for only 1. However, but Mir, Krad will chip in, and that's a bomb down, Vince. That's a bomb down. And it's a 3v2. Unless Tizian can find this kill, which he will. Can he pull this one back like he did earlier on? That's the question. This time he's got backup as well in the form of Faven, but it's all down on the man alone. Bomb out in the open, 34 seconds to work with. He knows where one player is. Does he spot the second? Yes, he does. I'm not sure why Krad had to go for the peek there, and now the 1v1.
And he saw Mia. He saw him on catwalk early, so he knows he's going to be rotating in from the B side. Allows him safe passage for the plant and a retreat. He can reposition. Faven could win this. Faven will win it with the spray. And Entropiq, they had everything in their favor. They got the trades. They got the bomb down in mid. That was, what, a 2v4, 2v3? And it slips out their hand.
That was the best chance they've had in, I don't know, since when for them to win. And, oh, that's just a blunder. An absolute blunder from Entropiq. 3v2. Fine, Tizian gets the first kill. Second play gets spotted to its short. Crowd was so very low as well. They could have just played their 1v2. They could just like grouped total up together. Just gone for the trade. Instead, separate 1v1s and Faven. Oh my lord, Mir. Even though the traces don't give it away, you know which angle, which corner you're going to be shooting from. And Searson just absolutely destroys him. 10 and 2 and Crad feeling like it. They might just go for this. No way. No way.
Destroyed again.
Get out. Oh my god, Faven. Come on.
17 and 6. He's looking like Crimbo this game.
They are just dissecting this defense. And honestly, for Entropiq, like, they're not able to do anything. Like, but at the same time, we haven't really seen them do much. Haven't seen too much of when try to go for departments control. Big have the right read. They haven't really gone for too much of poking and prodding the extremities of the map either, right? Like, have we seen them go for like a deep B apps control where they can, you know, then pivot a few players back towards A? Anything? Not really. It's been big, just setting the pace. And Entropiq, maybe at certain times, I feel like they're even second guessing themselves. And this is just big all the way. They're making it look so clean and easy right now.
Look calm, look relaxed, as you'd expect. I mean, if this is a boxing match, the towel would have been thrown in, I think, at this stage. Just big chilling, as they have an 11-2 lead on their T half. That man on your screen, Townsend, right now, will have a couple of ideas, I'm sure, set aside if Entropiq can get this round for the last one of the half. Meanwhile, though, Elian already burning down to 44 elsewhere on the map. Some aggression through on the upside. Tizian will get splatted, and Forrester goes in. That's the bomb drop as well. A real chance, a real opportunity for Entropiq to finally get another round on the board, and the Molotov's also been extinguished. Big in trouble here.
There's no need for Forrester to stick around. That's fine. You don't have to sit on the bomb. You have a two-man advantage. And he's going to go for more. That's what the doctor ordered, Vince. I literally just said, you want to go for maybe some B apartments control. Try and take the fight to big. Don't make them feel so comfortable. And they finally do it. And Forrester, he will be taken down, but still, this should be the round for big.
I thought CSM was about to pull the trigger there. Taps in alive, but not for much longer. And Entropiq's first round in what will feel like forever. But they have got a third all the same. Comfortable rebuy, of course. That was their first round in, what, 10? Yeah, their first round in 10 rounds. That's how long it was.
Yeah, it's just feel like... Yeah, Big won the pistol round. And then Entropiq won their force buy and the following anti-eco. And then it's just been Big all the way, ever since the big guns came out of play. The first rifle round being won here for Entropiq. And they just have one more opportunity. Good read from Elian. Find Searson. Yeah, just take the fight at this point. There's no point playing total up because they are just getting absolutely bodied by Big. And I like this. Aggressive posturing. He's got his teammate nearby as well. Good read, but Tapson able to trade. This one's still going to stick around though, and Crimbo will be caught by Nickelback walking in through the smoke before it fades. Only man advantage here. They can at least get to 4. It could be Big. No pun intended, of course.
They are sneaking their way out onto A site, though. Tabson's been found, and Crad will shut Faven down in the back. So Entropiq, they're 11-4 behind, but they at least end in winning ways. And we have seen teams come back from this 11-4 deficit quite a few times. So although it's looking pretty grim for Entropiq, all things considered, maybe, just maybe, there's a way forward. But of course, they have to win this pistol, Blair. Like, that is an absolute guarantee. They lose this pistol, they're already 1 foot out of this match.
Well, let's see how this one's going to pan out. I think we all know how the cliche goes, Vince. Pistol round, paramount, but it really is paramount here for Entropiq, right? And it's going to be Nickelback and Crad taking one for the team. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, 2 nades as well. Curious to see if they have a similar thing to what Big had in store for them on their pistol round. And Searson, uncomfortable position for the USP to work with, but he does have Tizian nearby to its ticket booth to help him out. They're so paranoid, Vince. Entropiq just waiting for Big to be aggressive because Big were doing that quite a bit on both the maps earlier on.
Oh yeah, especially on Overpass. Like as soon as they stabilized their economy, they were so aggressive. Obviously, Mirage a very different ball game, but understand as well that Entropiq may be feeling the heat a little bit on this, knowing the importance of the pistol. Now lining up the smokes. I say smokes, plural, it's actually just one smoke. It's been tossed in, make that two now. Blocking off jungle and the staircase, respectively, allows them to spill out, but Searson has them dead to rights from behind. 3 kills in a second, but now Tabs snatches in for 2 of his own. And with Forrester on the other side of the boxes, a very important trade goes in favor of Entropiq. And Crimbo, nowhere to be seen. He was on the long flank around from B. So Entropiq have enough time now to relocate, reposition. They're both clumped on the side. They're not sure as to where Crimbo's coming from. This could afford Crimbo the chance to maybe get the drop on one of them at Mia. He's bypassed this aggression. He's nullified this spot. And now Crimbo spots the first player.
He knows.
Collapses. He's just seen the head. He knows Mia's here. There's a flashbang to the side of Crimbo. He has a little bit of time to play with, but with no kit, he's going to have to get a move on. Jumping across, trying to bait the bomb out, trying to get Mia into the open. Finds him, but can't connect the frag. And Mia's now just playing possum. Ring around the rosy and takes the head of Crimbo clean off. Even if he died there, the time was too low. So Entropiq have picked up the second pistol.
Oh, the boogeyman. He gets put down, but for a moment, Vince, I fear they're for Entropiq, but I love Mirror. Like the moment he gets spotted on the cross, he crawls all the way back inside of Palace, ensuring that he doesn't gift the duel to Crimbo. And there we go, the pistol round. And we've seen, I love how both the teams went for the double nade towards Ticket, and both times they've netted them a kill. This time it was Tizian to fall. And for Big, they know they have so many rounds to work with, Vince. They're not in any rush whatsoever to close this one out. It's going to be the full eco coming out, as opposed to where we saw Entropiq go for their force buy. Just the one flashbang as the investment, and it's going to be Farm City at mid. Bit of an eco cobra for a few of the players. Unfortunately, the SMG not getting a single one.
I suppose at this stage that's a good problem to have though, Blair, because the alternative when they were 11-2 behind is like this game was nearly a done deal. They've given themselves an opportunity. That window has been slightly moved ajar, but it could always be slammed back down, and Big have the kind of arsenal of weaponry to make that a reality. They've got an AWP, they've got M4s. They are lacking a kit, however. Could be a potential banana peel, but Searson has got himself into the middle windows and has been pretty much vacated. There's no Molotovs down there to deal with him, and Crimbo in the meanwhile is going to take some initiative in the B apps.
This is the first real test here. They have struggled, especially in these rifle rounds of the first half. Maybe the T side is where they find a success. For the side of Entropiq, we have Forrester being quite proactive towards a ramp position, ensuring there's no aggression from Big. And from Big, it's a pretty standard hole, all things considered. There's no aggression. They have, I do believe, Searson with the op holding by his lonesome towards B apartment, so that can allow his teammates to be turtle up here. And that's a cheeky angle as Crimbo able to make up for a bit of a whiff there. Finds Elian, but not before Elian gets his teammate. Faven will fall and down to a 4v4.
Watching the angle right now. Mia slowly pushing his way in, has a Molotov. Downside here for the T's, they have no smokes left. There's 35 seconds. They need impact. They need entries. That is the currency they need to exchange. Spray's good from Crimbo. Will get traded out though, but a Molotov was dropped down, and there's Searson. From the B-apps, he shall strike. His aim true, but Forrester makes sure that's not a done deal. This round is still up for debate, still up for grabs, but Forrester's life snatched away from Tabson on the cross, and the bomb is in such an awkward spot. 13 seconds left, and Crad, I think he's going to save. He's decided he wants to save this Galil, and what a bitter pill that is to swallow, Black.
Yeah, he realizes right there, there's like no way he can enter either of these two sides. The moment he shows himself to what's short, Searson has been missing too many shots. And Crimbo there, huge round for him. The fact that, Faven gets taken down, he stays alive for so very long, and even times the peak with the Molotov. If you wait for the Molotov to flush him out, he's pretty much a goner without even getting a single kill. So sure, he gets traded, but it does his job. Entropiq, once more reality smacking them in the face. The buy is going to be coming in, Vince, but you look at their coffers, it's pretty empty.
It's running dry. Time ticking against Entropiq, rounds ticking against. Crad has had a rough game. There's no getting away from it. 4 kills, 13 deaths. Mia has gone from strength to strength. 23 kills right now. tabseN's also had an uptrend as well. He's on 18. He's really stepped things up on the CT side. Smoke is well timed and well placed, and the flashbang affords Nickelback some safe passage, but not for much longer. Tizian traded out before syrsoN will shut down Forrester in the back, and syrsoN's angle is an awkward one. Crad, while flashbang deals with tabseN, now Mia explodes through connector. It's just back and forth chaos right now. Faven is still alive. Crimbo's still alive. A minute left on the clock.
We need a breather here. Everything's going to slow down a bit as I say that Crimbo will be decapitated. And it's all in Faven. And there's a player lying in wait. He has no idea, Vince.
No idea, but he may have just escaped. Just in time, or has he? He moves into the crosshair of Crad. And I just said he's had a bit of a slow start. He picked up 2 kills in that round at Entropiq. They're making a real go of this. This isn't done just yet.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Entropiq. The precipice, they will cling on. And Big back to the pistols once more. It's not, I won't lie, honestly. I think when the scoreline was 11-2 for Big, it looked like they were just going to run away with this and we'd be pretty much done with this series, Vince. But Entropiq, signs of life. That faint pulse we saw at the end of that first half, it's now starting to get a bit more stronger. Starting to believe a little bit more.
The life signs certainly in an upward trend. This round, though, a bit of a formality. Just getting the check marks. syrsoN, though, does put down 1 body. Unlikely he'll be able to do any more after that. And Entropiq, from 11-2, you were spot on. Remember, it was that 10 rounds in a row that they lost as well in that first half. Have somehow snuck their way into a 12-8 deficit. Make no mistake, Big is still in the ascendancy. They're still in the driver's seat, but the momentum of this game is starting to shift a little bit from Big towards Entropiq.
Keeping it clean as well means they don't have to now worry about their money as well, at least for the time being, right? They now can concentrate on trying to bridge the gap between the 2 teams. He's going to be coming in a faster play though. Crimbo, he's been a rock, he's been a beast, and he's getting hounded now. The MP9, sorry, the MAC-10 right behind him is going to completely ignore him. That is such good discipline from Crimbo, but he will be traded. But in the distraction, Faven will strike, almost finds Nickelback, but he will fall.
Yeah, a ton of damage done, but now Mia, he comes out with the axe and swings it to Tizian's head. Guillotine coming down thick and fast. The bomb may not be required after all, because Nickelback is just dealing in death, dealing in savagery. tabseN's the next player to fall, and syrsoN's already looking for his way out of here. Entropiq are bringing this back. We're in a position now where the next round, Big are going to have so little funds to play with, there's every chance that Entropiq get double digits. 2 rounds shy of Big, potentially. If syrsoN can hold on to this AWP, though, it would be a Hail Mary play for the next round, but he will miss, and Elian will punish him. He may even be able to get his hands on that AWP just before time. However, he is going to be denied. Does it matter, though, Blair? Considering the money situation on Big, Entropiq are breathing down their necks.
This is pretty much guaranteed round number 10 here for Entropiq, double digits, and from then on, Vince, it's anyone's game. It is absolutely anyone's game. Entropiq, love that call. Fast-paced play. We had the MAC-10 leading the charge as well. And Big, because of the kill that Crimbo was able to get, they kind of got, I wouldn't say baited in. Yeah, they kind of got baited into trying to go for these trades, but Entropiq holding their ground, having the more advantageous positions, able to punish them for it. Mirror is quietly at 26 kills, Vince. 26 and 14, and they're still on the losing side. As Forrester will just go crouch peeking his way and gift Tizian not just a kill, but that's a free rifle as well.
Yeah, the only thing that Tizian doesn't know is if there's a second player there. That's the only thing that's holding him back for the time being. But now he's going to start to push forward with a flashbang alongside it. That allows him to peek in, retrieve the weapon. And that's a questionable play from Forrester. I don't really know what he was anticipating to get from that.
The thing
now
is,
smoke's come out.
Yeah, the thing for Entropiq are, they can still just keep this rifle towards A because they have 3 players inside of Palace, inside of B apartments. And that is the problem.
2 players pushing through on the B app side. Tons of information being gathered, but it has allowed some safe passage up catwalk.
They know it's a fake.
They do indeed. Rotations coming through. There's 1 player in the T-spawn right now, but Tizian, he's lost his life, and that's the rifle that goes with him. For all of this cat and mouse, this flirtation, it may not end up mattering. Entropiq is still smattering their way onto the side. Crimbo had an opportunity. It's a target-rich environment, but he ends up getting caught in 2 mines. He wanted to try and deny the bomb plant, but he was too little too late, and Crad will punish him. And now Favin, Big D onto a weakened Crad, puts it down into a 2-on-2. Both the remaining CTs have weapons alongside them. Both have rifles, AK-47s, but the lack of kit will force them into more of an aggressive retake position, and Nickelback will oblige. Sprays down Searson, leaving it all on Favin. 21 kills to his name, but he doesn't have time. He doesn't have a chance. Entropiq will be getting double digits regardless of whether Favin can pick up another kill or not, and he will be denied. But Entropiq have got 10. Big have only mustered up 1 round so far on their CT side out of 7.
That was just a rockstar round from Nickelback. It looked like things were looking a little tricky there because the rifle, as you pointed out, Vince, a rifle in the hands of Favin. But then, once he neutered him, and I got a feel for Crimbo, though, sneaking in from behind. He had, like you said, so many targets. Unfortunately, at that range, 5.7, maybe not the best of hand cannons to wield. 10 to 12 now. Big, at least make it a little expensive. As Favin, I don't even know how he sees Elian. We had X-ray, I couldn't even see Elian, and he finds 1 and a second kill as well. Crad just going for the wide swing, hoping to get the trade. Instead, he gets punished. But towards mid, Forrester able to find 1 bomb. Still needs to be retrieved, though. And Entropiq, they need to go on a recovery mission, but they might catch taps, and indeed they will. So despite losing 2 players early on, they have information where Favin is, and have taken down 2 members now.
So all of Favin's heroics in the B-apps has been nullified. And now Mia's making moves in the ladder room. The lurk round the back of Tizian, getting the information. He's going to find the bomb as well. Oh, that's huge. This is so massive. He doesn't have to push any further. He's going to hear the footsteps as well. Tizian has this round in the palm of his hand. Can he snatch the life away? There's 1. He would have heard 2 footsteps, though. He knows that Forrester is here as well. Forrester wasn't sure if a second player was through there and still gets the entry back on, but he's all alone. His position known, and how Big have managed to make moves elsewhere. 2 AWPs in play. This could get sketchy if they miss their opportunity, and Forrester with the run-gun approach. This is not a foregone conclusion of a round. We'll be bypassing the player in jungle, faking as if he's moving through on the window side. Now we're peeking back up again, but Searson is too fast on the trigger. And Big will get their second CT round that extend their lead once more to 3.
That was such a valiant attempt coming in from Forrester. Such a nice try. You could see how Searson was looking left, right, pivoting back and forth, but as you said it, he doesn't really miss too many shots like those. I don't even know how he saw him. Like, you could see the soot from the flames, Vince. It's really hard to spot anyone there, and Favin, like, just making it look so easy. But yet, despite that, coming down to the 1v2. As now, Entropiq still have money, still have the buy. It's going to be just a clean A execute, not wasting any time. And look at the push towards B apartments from Big. You're going to have 4 members lying in wait here.
So much early information, yeah. Molotov down as well can allow them to be a bit more frivolous with their grenades, because they know they just have raw manpower over here. Bullets, though, being passed through the smoke and connecting too many times for comfort onto Big. They're going to try and bypass the smoke as well as Crimbo passes by. Ellie, in the meanwhile, though, gets an entry onto Tizian in the head. They still don't know about this player in the smoke. I'm not sure if anyone heard this. Tabson now realizing as he sprays into Nickelback, and Crimbo has heard the shot from his right-hand side with the MP9 now going to strike like a snake in the grass. But that Coil Viper has been defanged, and in doing so, Searson stands alone against the world, and he decides that his chances are looking pretty bleak as he tries to dip out of there. Looked like my movement for a couple of seconds, but it's fine. He's still going to be getting away into underpass. However,
That's me.
that means Entropiq get an 11th round, Blair.
That's me trying to go for any jumps in window every single time, but it is actually insane how Entropiq took down the look. We saw the player push in from, I'm not sure, I think it was Favin or Tizian, flank in all the way from T-spawn. You can look at the radar, you see the little X mark. He was in T-spawn so early in the round, and yet you can see his corpse littering the floor right there, and yet he got found out. That, if you look at the way the rotation was taking place for the CTs, the amount of information they had, Entropiq were walking into the blender. Instead, they just throw a brick into the blender, completely wreck it apart, and make it look so easy. The only saving grace for Big is the fact that they still have the AWP saved for Searson. But they are slowly but surely, that lead they have, Vince, it is dwindling away. And for Entropiq, trust me, this comeback, it is well and truly on at this point.
Oh, I think we have to entertain the very real possibility that it's already here. 2 rounds behind, Big and very low economy. Grenade is good, flashes are even better, and the CZ with the MP9 going to be finishing off the rest. However, they're still going to spill out onto the site. There's too many holes in the hull of this B site, and Eliant is going to steer them towards a 12th round. Unless Crimbo with the MP9 can go above and beyond. Frag is good. Bomb gets spilled down. Very awkward position. He's going to run and gun it. So nearly lands a second headshot. And that could have been the way forward. And now Tizian, not really known for his AWPing ability, his last man standing. Smoke will clear momentarily. That's more like it. His deagle work is definitely on point. Nickelback comes through. Not really much of a hope for Tizian, and Entropiq from an 11-2 deficit have now brought it down to just 1. And do you think it's safe to say, or it's fair to say, Blair, I'm really curious on your thoughts here, is this big performance reminiscent maybe of a team that is lacking a little bit of confidence because of their recent results?
I think there are a lot of ways you can look at this, right? But I don't want to take it away from Entropiq. I feel like they've been just dotting their I's and crossing their T's very, very well here. There's so many times where Big went for these aggro plays, and somehow they were able to combat it, somehow being aware of this. This is a mistake, though. The double up setup towards mid. Okay, who's expecting that? Searson and Favin, same position with the AWP, and they're going to find 2. That's just ludicrous from Big, but if that's what's going to find him success, that's it. Tizian, he needs to hit his shots. He needs to hit his shots. Oh, that is ugly. Oh, that is so ugly. Krat doesn't take a single point of damage, so it's going to come down to Tapson to bring this one back. At least finds 1 and maintains the man advantage his team has, but for how long?
Oh, that felt like pure panic from Tizian, just watching him play, bobbing up and down, and not really having the confidence to follow through with the spray. However, he can feel a little bit more comfortable that his team are in a 3-on-2 and in their advantage. Time is ticking away, but there's still 50 seconds allocated to Entropiq as they look to try and push through on the B-apps. They're going to give this away in a few moments with a smoke. Flashbang actually gets put in instead. Spray is good from Crimbo. HE behind it as the players look to drop down. And it will be Forrester up against him. AK in hand. Bomb also alongside him. Just really biding his time and wasting as much as possible. But Forrester threads the headshot and looks to make moves up on the bench side. This has been such good movement, but does Favin realize it? Favin misses his shot. Forrester has a chance, but time was low anyway. And Favin will not miss in a second chance. And that double up setup you talked about, Blair, just yielded so much impact early on. This is it here, if you can see from their perspective. So Searson first, and then Favin behind it, and Entropiq walked straight into that.
Not too sure why they had to go for the slow, dry peek out towards mid. But again, Vince, they were made to bleed, and the double up setup won't remain in play. They only have the singular AWP to wield this time around, and for Entropiq, money's not going to be a problem. Forrest is sitting comfortably in 8,700, so he can drop a gun to one of his teammates. Mir can drop for 1 as well. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty solid buy overall. But for Big, 2 more rounds. It's been a belabored second half, Vince. Like just sporadic rounds you can sprinkled throughout the second half. If they can close it out, they would be looking to do so right now. Just close it out, make it a 16-12, but let's see how this one plays out. 14-12 now. Entropiq, they've come so close, and it looks like it's going to be a faster play towards B. And again, Searson! It's like the third, fourth kill is got from the window position. Able to just catch Entropiq, who is seemingly just looking to take this duel with him. I'm not too sure why they have to go for this. They've been punished again and again and again, and they yet continue to challenge.
I wonder if it was based off spawns, because both contingents were there so fast. They may not have anticipated Searson to get that kind of a spawn that quickly again. So an excellent pick, but yeah, I mean, you're always going to be throwing a bit of a Hail Mary in there, and is this the time for it? Favin, in the meanwhile, though, gets caught but not fragged. 43 HP separates him from his demise, but he will live to tell the tale as he moves into the ladder room. A freebie frag, and Searson will oblige. Crad looking towards the site gets punished.
They have no control fence. 3 players towards mid, floundering. 50 seconds. They have time to work with, but they're going to require one of these guys to get an opening. Nickelback has been a hero quite a few number of times, and there is a bit of a window here, an opportunity for Nickelback to sneak on in. He can just get the timing right, get the flank, and if he can find Searson, there is a world that Entropiq can turn this one around.
Absolutely, but that has to happen sooner rather than later, because only 30 seconds left. Ellie now's given the spot away and connector, although I'm pretty sure Big realized that was a distinct possibility. Nickelback on the drive-by, though, removes the head, and now Tabson, last line of defense on the A side, can't do anything about this plant. Can't deny it. Nickelback goes in for another one, and here's Elian. Entropiq, with their back against the wall, swing wildly and connect the haymaker. And now it's up to Crimbo to try and retrieve this round, but it has been dashed. Big have let this round slip away. And it was mainly off that Nickelback move. He's on 27 kills right now, having tons of impact, but it allowed Entropiq to push through on connector and feel safe in doing so. And Searson can do little but try and save his AWP. It does seem like he'll be afforded that luxury, but Big concede again on their CT side.
5v3, Vince, and we spoke about how they needed a miracle to crack this one open. They had no control, and Searson at least will stay alive. We'll keep that up in play come round number 28. But Entropiq now, not just nipping at the heels, they're chomping on their Achilles tendon right now for Big. One away from tying things up, and again, just such a big window there, like such a dark spot towards mid for Big. I'm not sure why they went for this. Like, there's so many variations in the defense possible in a situation like that. Sure, you don't want to take that mid fight, you want to give it mid control, fair enough, it's a 5v3, but there was no one watching Murder Hole. It just felt like the way they were allocating the resources, allocating the CTs, it was just not optimal at all, and that is something Entropiq were able to abuse and take advantage of. Now look at the bar here, pistols out, Vince. They have to hold on to the money, and that's a golden opportunity for Entropiq to try to tie things up. Krad's going to be leading the charge, as Tizian will find the first.
I was going to say, did they hear Krad jump out to the vans? It seems they did, but Crimbo just with a pistol couldn't do much about it. But Favin with a deagle again. Just picking apart the oncoming T's. Elian, in the meanwhile, though, holds his nerve with the AWP. It's down to a 3-on-3, but rifles being picked up. AWP still in play for Searson. This round is anybody's. Meanwhile, the T's looking to try their hand out on the A side, but Tizian swats away Nickelback. He will not have 2 heroic rounds back-to-back, but they still haven't dealt with the middle contingent and the AWP and bomb carrier of Elian, who should be getting... Searson, he took so long on the shot! What? Did he take his hand off the mount? Like, what happened there?
It's like he fell asleep at the wheel, Vince. But there was no Jesus. He just crashed and burned. And Mir now left alone, 56 HP. Oh, the Molotov's not deep enough either. And Searson's there to finish it off. Oh, what a disaster for Elian. 15 and 13, Big. Finally get to map and match point. But can they close it out? That is the question. I'm gobsmacked at how Elian just didn't react.
I wonder if it was just awful timing with him checking the minimap or his teammate's monitor or something like that. I don't know. But from his perspective, he had so much time. A player of his capabilities, his reaction speed, those are shots he's landing 99 out of 100 times. So I'm not sure what happened there, but what we know is the end result, Blair. That could have been the difference maker. That could have been a 14-14. Instead, there's 2 match points for Big.
Some of the rounds being won and lost, it's just ludicrous. Like, it's actually mental. And I think it then hit the nail on the head there for Ellie. And yeah, he was probably like just about to unscope. He wasn't expecting him to just slow walk out there. It's just so many questions, so many possibilities. But end of the day, he doesn't fire the shot, Vince, and this could be it. Look at the buy. Look at the buy for Entropiq. And this is to keep them alive, to fight yet another round. 2 AKs, couple of 3 Tech 9s. At least a decent bit of utility, though. They have enough to go for a full-fledged execute, maybe even go for a bit of a fake. But this is Big playing aggressive. This is scary. This is worrying.
Oh, it's a bait and switch as well. Even if Searson missed that shot, there's a second player in the ramp. Up close. Tapson gets caught with a nade out, but still sprays down for 1. Crad comes back with one of his own, but he's dropped to 37 in the process. And considering that Big have a huge weapon advantage, an HP advantage, and now the bomb, it's looking grim for Entropiq. This is it. It's a done deal. A valiant attempt, but it wasn't enough.
Okay. Oh, boy. Finally.